My wife is no longer the woman I married. The fame and success changed her completely. Asterisk, asterisk. I know Reddit probably won't give me any life-changing advice at this point, but I literally have no one else to talk to right now. I met my wife when I was 15 and she was 17, back in high school. The latter part of my teenage years was the hardest time of my life. I lost my mother in just 6 months. I never knew my dad, so she became the only family I had. At the time, we were just friends, but she was there for me. She grieved with me. I think that's when I started falling for her. We started dating when I was 17 and got married 7 years later. She used to be incredibly frugal and completely unmaterialistic. Brands, makeup, luxury clothes, cars, none of it mattered to her. She bought everything from thrift stores or on sale. I once tried to impress her with my 370Z, and she just looked at it and asked, "What car is this? A Corolla?" That's the kind of person she was. And that's exactly what I loved most about her. She was also the kindest, most caring person I'd ever known. In our relationship, she was always the successful one, climbing the corporate ladder. I worked as a community first responder at our local hospital. The pay wasn't great, but I loved the job, helping people in real time. 2 years ago, she got an offer for an executive position at a major company, 4 times her already good salary. The catch was we'd have to move to another city. I hesitated. It meant leaving my job and not knowing how long I'd be financially dependent on her. But she reassured me that she could easily support us and I could handle the house and look for something new in the meantime. She was so excited that I agreed. I wanted to support her career. That's when everything changed. My wife went through a transformation I still can't fully wrap my head around, like a real-life Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Suddenly, she only cared about luxury brands, jewelry, expensive cars. Seeing her come home with a Versace bag after years of wearing $10 coats from the thrift store felt surreal. She also started going out a lot with her new female coworkers. She's never been very social or extroverted, so I was genuinely happy for her. I thought she had finally found her place after years of grinding. But that happiness faded fast. She started coming home later and later. Soon it became rare to even talk to her for 10 minutes a day. I told myself it was just the demands of being an executive until I saw her constantly posting photos on social media, drinking with colleagues, shopping, nights out. She never had time to reply to my texts, but she always had time to post. When she did answer, it was always the same: "I'm working." She stopped sharing her life with me entirely. One day, she left in her Audi A3 and came back with a Porsche Macan GTS. When I asked about it, her response was cold and passive-aggressive. "It's my money. I can do whatever I want with it." Or picture this. Your wife doesn't come home one night, doesn't answer any texts, and then calls you the next afternoon saying she forgot to tell you she was on a business trip. But the worst moment came during lunch with her coworkers. It was the first time in months we were doing something together. I was excited, thinking maybe the nightmare was ending. She left early for work, and I arrived at the restaurant 2 hours later, nicely dressed. For context, I sold my 370Z years ago because I didn't need a sport car anymore. My daily driver is a simple, reliable Renault Clio. I like it. I parked right in front of the restaurant, walked in, and saw my wife staring at me in absolute horror. She immediately got up, pulled me outside, and started insulting me for parking that cheap car right in front of her table and her colleagues. She said I embarrassed her, that the car didn't represent her lifestyle, and that I should have parked it somewhere hidden. Then she warned me not to humiliate her like that again. I sat through the rest of the lunch in complete shock. That was the day I realized the girl I married was gone. Right now, she's out celebrating the company's great year, and I'm sitting here at home with divorce papers in front of me. I've tried talking to her countless times, telling her how I feel, how much she's changed, but she doesn't listen. She either says she has no time or insists she hasn't changed at all. She used to want kids. Now she says they'd steal time from her career. She used to want to travel. Same excuse. Is this really the same woman I married? Still, I can't bring myself to push for divorce. Deep down, I keep hoping the woman I loved is still in there somewhere. Update asterisk. First, thank you to everyone who reached out in the comments and DMs. It really helped me keep it together. After the company party, my wife didn't come home that night. I was worried sick and called repeatedly with no answer. She showed up the next morning, just as I was about to head to her office to look for her. She said she stayed at a female co-worker's house because she drank too much to drive. I told her she could have at least texted me. I would have picked her up. Her response? With what? The Clio? Later she said she wanted to talk. So did I. And just like that, she asked for a divorce. She told me that after talking with her friends, she realized I wasn't the right husband for her anymore. We have different values and lifestyles, and she deserves someone on her level. She had been waiting for the right moment, and the party made up her mind. It hurt like hell, but I just smiled. I suggested a trial separation, couples therapy, everything. She was completely set on it. So I told her everything I needed to, that I had also been thinking about divorce, that I felt she had changed, and that I was sure she'd find someone great because I know her worth after 9+ years of marriage, but I also know my own worth. We're separating for now, and we'll handle the divorce later. She doesn't have time right now, but we have a verbal agreement on the basics. I'm moving back to my hometown to clear my head. A friend offered me a place to stay until I find something, and I should be able to get my old job at the hospital back. The longest conversation we had during all of this was about who gets the dog. We adopted him shortly after moving because she always wanted one and to keep me company. In 2 years, she probably spent a total of 2 hours with him. I was the one who took care of him every day. When I said I was taking him, she threw a fit. I reminded her she barely even noticed him anymore. He's coming with me. Before I left, I asked her if she had cheated on me. She said no. I choose to believe her. I don't want to dig deeper. It would only hurt more. I feel strangely calm on the surface, but inside it feels like I've lost a huge part of myself. The more I think about what she said, the more it breaks me. Still, I'm trying to focus on the good, catching up with old friends, seeing my dog happily riding shotgun in the Clio. He loves car rides. Even after everything, I wish her the best. I'll never forget what she did for me during those 16 years together. I might do another update later, but for now I'm signing off. I need time to focus on myself and get through this divorce. Thanks again to everyone. Take care.